are making New England clam chowder.
Take a walk down by the sea.
Let's go ahead and get started because this is going to be a fun time because it's that time of the year where we need some warm soup because it's cold outside. So I'm going to go ahead and start by peeling some potatoes. And if you have really small potatoes, use 3 of them. But if you have 2 regular sized potatoes, use 2, okay? So we're just going to peel this. I'm going to put these peels on here because it's easy to put them in the sink and get rid of them that way, in a disposal or whatever. So we're just going to peel these up and then we're going to dice them, okay? Make sure you have a good potato peeler or a vegetable peeler, okay? And, one of the things that I wanted to tell you is that, the original recipe for clam chowder kind of started out with bacon in it, and then there came a division between chowder versus chowder, and then so we have the New England chowder versus Manhattan chowder, which is actually a red-based, a tomato-based soup. So the one that I like the best, though, is the New England chowder that is cream-based. So that's why I chose this particular recipe. And I don't really like a whole lot of seafood, and so this particular soup gets some seafood in my system, so I like that about it as well. So, well, it is 2023, and time's ticking, and I hope you're having a good New Year so far. It is January, and the weather is cold out there. Go ahead and get these peeled up here really nicely, and then just throw these in the bin over here and get rid of them real quick so they don't mess up my cutting board, right? I want to do that. So go ahead and grab a chef's knife, okay? And we're going to go ahead and dice up these potatoes, okay? So just, we don't want them to be huge. We want them to be bite-sized potatoes, okay? And so I'm just going to dice them into a small dice, about this size. You can come and see that there. So yeah, that's what we're going for right here. And it doesn't really take that long to do this process. If you have a little bit of skin on them, it's no big deal. The skin actually is very nutritious for you for potatoes. Most of the nutrition is actually in the skin than actually in the potato. So, if you want to keep the skins on, you surely can, but it does actually change the color of the soup, so be aware of that. So, oops, I got a little bit of a bruise there, so I'm getting that out of there. And you make sure that you do that as well. You don't want any bruises, okay? And one more here. So, okay. So this soup is actually not too difficult to make. You can make it within, a half an hour. So that's pretty cool about this particular soup. So we have our potatoes ready to go. So the next thing that we're going to do is our celery. So we need 2 ribs of celery, and you're going to have to cut these into small pieces because we don't want them to be very large, okay? And so just cut these up here and then stack them up here, and then we'll run our knife through here. Okay. Always practice your knife skills, The better you get at knife skills, the quicker you are in the kitchen. And even the best chefs, need to practice, basically. So all these celery goes right into this prep bowl here. Hey, I already actually diced up my onion, so it's going to be a half of a cup of onion. And then we're going to also put a garlic clove in there as well. So smash that down there, toss that, and then just cut little slices out and then stack it up and run your knife through. Getting this pretty small. We don't want our garlic to be large, so we're going to mince this up a little small. Whoop. Shut that off there. Okay. And just keep going on this. And there we go. Let's go ahead and measure out our other ingredients. Actually, let's cut these up first. These are our garnish. These are green onions that are going to go on top of the soup. You can use chives if you want to. They're a little bit milder than green onions, but the grocery store did not have any chives at this time of year. So January is a bad month for herbs and spice and, you know, different things like that you want to get fresh, that are real delicate, and definitely chives are one of those items. So I took 2 green onions and I'm just slicing them up pretty small. I'm just running the knife through here like so. Okay. And then we're just going to put them in our prep bowl like so. Here. There we go. Let's not make a mess here. There we are. Okay, so our green onions for our garnish go in here, like so. What a mess here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my bacon next, because the original recipe has bacon in it, but we're going to use the bacon not actually in the food, in the soup, but we're going to use it on the outside on the for the garnish. Okay. So that's what we're heading towards, okay? Okay, and then so let's go ahead and put this back here on this pot here. Okay, I'm going to wash off my knife too. There we go. And wipe that off. So we're just going to cut these into small pieces here. This bacon to put on top of our soup. Yum. I'm excited about this garnish. Gonna make it taste really good. Okay, there we go. Then we got our garnish here. This one actually needs to be cut a little bit more here. Okay, and this goes right in our prep bowl as well. So we got all of our ingredients ready to go here. And we're going to go right over to the cooktop next. See you in a second. It's time to get started on this. So let's put in some butter, okay, into this here. So we need about 3 tablespoons of butter to go in here. Ooh, it's warmed up fast here. And into the pan, we also need to put in our garlic and onions. Go right in here right away. Okay. And stir these up. I can already smell that wonderful flavor here. I'm wafting in my nose. Put in our celery. Well, so we're sweating the vegetables right now, which means we're not looking for color. We're just looking to create the juices to come out of the vegetables. You want to come in here and look for a minute and see what's going on in here. I wish we had smell-o-vision so you could smell this. It smells so good. Oh, yeah. Time to put the potatoes in here. So put all these buds in here. I'm going to also sweat the potatoes here for a while. See that? How wonderful that looks. Okay, we're going to put in a little bit of white pepper. So about a half a teaspoon of white pepper goes in there. Okay. So I'm going to use white pepper, but you can use black pepper too if you want. Well, white pepper is a little bit more spicy and it's a lot more costly. So black peppercorns are unripe peppercorns, and then white ones are fully ripe, so they cost more money, and that's why they're a little bit more spicy. Okay, and then the smell of white pepper is actually pretty stinky, but it tastes good. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put in the next item that we need to put in here, which is going to be a little bit of salt. Okay, so let's grab some salt from over here. And we need about a teaspoon of salt, so just kind of eyeball it. Teaspoon of salt goes right in there. Set aside here. Okay, so we're going to also now put in some flour. So we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to measure this out. So this little cup is a nice little measurement tool here. So this goes in here right now as well. I'll put all some flour in here. Ooh, there we go. Well, it's time to put the chicken stock in there. So we're going to put in 2 cups of chicken broth. Okay, there's 1. And I got to stir it up real quick so it doesn't stick. I got to get all this stuff off the bottom of the pan here. Okay, 1 more cup here. Alright, there's another one. There we go. And then we're going to also put in a whole entire 8 ounces of clam juice. So we're just going to let this kind of do its thing. We're going to kind of let it simmer for about 10 minutes, and then I will get back with you. Well, the potatoes are just about done, so come on over here. And what you'll notice is that these are fork tender, so that means that when you touch them, they really give away easy, okay? So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put in some whipping cream, okay? So we're going to measure out 1 cup of whipping cream and put it in here. And turn this down just a little bit to kind of low, so it doesn't continue rapidly boiling, because we don't want the cream to get overworked or burn or curdle, okay? So 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. It's this last little thing that goes in here. So let's, well, not the last thing, we have to put the clams in, of course, but they don't go in until the very, very end. And the reason why they don't go in until the very end is because we don't want them to turn into hockey pucks, because they get really, really tough. Clams do. So we don't want that to happen, but we are going to put them in now, because basically all the rest of this just gets warmed up, okay? And then we're ready to eat, okay? Well, it's time to plate up, and I'm excited. So let's turn this off and bring this whole pot of clam chowder over here. Oh, yum. Oh man, it smells so good. All right, so it is time. You see all this boiling? Ooh, look at that. Ooh, it looks so good. Oh, wow. So I'm just going to put this right in here. Here's my soup spoon. And we're going to, oh, I want to pick this up for a second here. See this nice, this is going to be my mug cup bowl. There we go. Almost there. Ooh, 1 more scoop here. All right, let's put that back down there. I got my crackers here because I am going to have crackers with this. And then I'm also going to put on my garnishes. Remember, we did these earlier. So a little bit of bacon. Yum. Okay. And a little bit of green onions go on here. Make this look nice here. And then just a little bit of cracked black pepper. Woo! Hustle over here real quick and put this on here, because I like a little bit of black pepper on mine. I don't care if it shows up. Come over here and look here. How wonderful this looks. Ooh, it's time to try this, and I'm excited, but I'm gonna put a couple of crackers in here because I love crackers in here. And warm soup on a cold day. Looks good. My mouth is watering. Gotta blow this off though, because this is hot. It's so hot, but oh man, it is so good. Oh, you gotta try this at home. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell and give it a thumbs up. See you next week. Bye-bye.